Forward Zach Parise is out 3 months after exploratory surgery found a torn meniscus in his right knee. Parise had been playing through the pain, but it had gotten too bad. He says he injured the knee training for the season in August. That puts us squarely in the spotlight, presented by Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania. See farther, see wider, see better. Parise and the Devils in the spotlight, and we speak of Zach's injury, his numbers the last couple of years, but you don't just measure Parise on numbers alone. And we talk about this New Jersey team that continues to flounder with a couple of former New Jersey Devil players in Kevin Weeks and Bobby Halik. Guys, let us start with, again, this is a club that, had a fair makeover in the offseason. They haven't had great health in this young season, but defensively, they appear to be very, I know the offense, we're going to get to that, but defensively, they don't look like the New Jersey Devils of old right now either.
They don't look like the New Jersey Devils of old, and simply because of the fact, when you look at where they are, 42 goals against, tied with the Anaheim Ducks right now for the most goals against in the league. This pretty much explains a large part in where they are right now in this season. And take a look at these goals, giving pucks away. They're so disorganized in their own zone. And for years, the bedrock of their game has been their defensive structure. Guys are running all over the ice, confused between playing man-to-man and zone coverage. And it's created, here's the spot shadow right here. You'll see this play. And creates a golden opportunity, and then a goal by Ryan Kessler. Just no coverage there. Matt Terramina's come in, and he's played fairly well on the offensive side of the puck. But when you look at the makeup of their defense, Bobby, you're missing the likes of Paul Martin, who's gone. You're also take a look at the board here. Colin White, the leader on the board, obviously the most games played. But you go through the rest of this back end, they're missing guys that can skate and also make plays offensively.
Well, they might be not as good defensive as they were last year or 2 years ago, and that causes them not to be nowhere near to be as good offensively, because it starts when Marty makes a save, the defenseman get the puck, they have to move it up and create outnumber situation by following the play. Mm-hmm. I've watched many games and I see defensemen making the play, stop skating and watch it. It's not something that how you're going to create offense. So it's a mindset they have to change, and I think there's a half of the team that's been there for a while. They're thinking, stay back, play defense. Yeah. And the other teams wants to go, but they're just not enough.
So where does the responsibility for this lack of offense fall when it comes to the high-end forwards that we know are certainly there in Ilya Kovalchuk? Not now with Zach Parise, but Zubris is the leading point getter, yet Jason Arnott was brought in to help. He's had his ice time reduced and is a heavy minus. What's happening there, Bobby?
I think it lies with the defense. They have to help, because you watch Chicago, you watch Philly, you watch any other team that produces goals. As soon as the defenseman moves the puck, he joins the attack and creates 4-on-3, 5-on-3, and it gives the forwards opportunity to be more flexible, driving through the middle, crisscross inside of the blue line. They don't get it from they don't get the offensive support from their defensemen, because they're still on the old page of Devils hockey.
And with that, they're playing 3-on-5 offensively, because they don't have the defense joining the attack. And you become very predictable. And with all the pre-scouting in the NHL now and the tape that a lot of teams do, the pro scouts will look and they'll say, okay, this is how they enter the zone. All right, guys, this is how we're going to defend against them. It makes it simple, because the defense doesn't really have to make any adjustments. Mm-hmm. They've just become way too easy to read and way too easy to play against. But, guys, on the flip side of this, too, you look at some of the box scores, the Devils have outshot the opposition in a lot of these games, too. So you go into L.A. and you outshoot them 40-23. Last night you outshoot Vancouver 30-20-something and change. So it's not as though they've been terrible defensively. They're outshooting some of the opponents as well. So right now they're going to have to, Marty's going to have to be at his best. He's going to have to play better. And the teams are going to have to play better around him, because he drives that team. And if he's not playing at the level he's capable of, then it's going to be pretty tough for them to get wins.
All right, with all due respect to you, longest tenure with the Devils amongst the two of you was Bobby. So final word goes to you. What has to happen in that New Jersey framework, and that's from Lou on down right now, to change things this season?
I think actually John McLean has a good idea. I think he wants to play more up-tempo, more embrace the offensive game. But does he have the personnel for it? There's just too many guys who are used to and who have been so successful with the old way of Devils hockey that they're in the transition. They should have gone through the transition in the offseason. They're going through it now.
Right, because at the start of the year, everybody was waiting for a shoe to drop, get them a little lower on the salary cap, and as you say, it still hasn't happened yet. So
maybe now with Zach Parise being out, temporary relief where Ilya Kovalchuk can play left wing, Patrick Elias can play left wing, and the centers move to center, and we might see some more chemistry for next few weeks, but it's
Right.
not a solution for long term.
New Jersey Devils in our Sylvania spotlight. We continue NHL on the fly.